investors and business community towards improving direct investment and the promotion of the trust and confidence between Nigeria and the Arabian Gulf communities.
President Muhammadu Buhari appreciated the UAE government, captains of industry and entrepreneurs for their unwavering commitment to strengthen trade and investment relations with Nigeria through various initiatives.
Nigeria's pavilion at Expo 2020 clearly shows why we remain the most viable and attractive investment destination in Africa. Our location, our natural resources, our population, and our regulations are there for all to see. Nigeria on its way to becoming a leading industrial and trading nation in Africa.
Already, he said, policies, projects and programs that support private sector investors have been prioritized, while numerous fiscal incentives and infrastructure projects have been introduced towards enhancing the viability of investments.
Most of Africa's challenges, whether security, economic or corruption, can be traced to our inability to domesticate the production of our most basic requirements and provide jobs to our teeming and dynamic youth population. I am pleased that this forum focuses on unveiling trade and investment opportunities in Nigeria. I will encourage you all to keep an open mind and look beyond the challenges. I look forward to welcome you all to Nigeria very soon.
Key UAE government officials who delivered messages of goodwill at the event acknowledged the unique attributes of Nigeria, saying, as one of the fastest growing economies and regional power, the country's future is bright and promising.
Nigeria is a great economy. Reforms today is the ball game.
We look forward to strengthening cooperation with Nigeria to ensure greater economic progress and build a stronger economic future for both countries.
Zamfara State has a lot of potential, particularly in terms of mineral resources, and we start discussing with some investors who are willing to come to Zamfara State and invest.
We came here to talk to more investors and to attract them to come and invest in Kaduna and create jobs.
The volume of trade between Nigeria and the United Arab Emirates as at the end of 2019 stood at $1.4 billion. From Dubai, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
The federal government has again reiterated its commitment to save jobs and ensure youth are gainfully employed in legitimate activities through the nation's Sustainable Economic Plan. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo gave the assurance during an engagement at the Wadata Palace, Bida, Niger State. Jones Ajayi reports.
Professor Yemi Osinbajo, who was in Bida to attend the turbaning ceremony of the Deputy Chairman of the House Committee on Finance, Saidu Musa Abdul, as the Gorazon Nupe said, government will continue to prioritize agricultural growth and development.
Between July and September 2021, agriculture contributed 30% of Nigeria's total GDP. Nupe land, with its vast farmlands and extensive farming activities, is key to delivering this figure, and we will continue to work with key stakeholders and the people to effectively tackle insecurity challenges in order to achieve a peaceful and prosperous society.
He paid glowing tribute to the Etunupe and Chairman, Niger State Council of Traditional Rulers, Alhaji Yaya Abubakar, for his role in uniting the Nupe tribe and promoting socio-cultural heritage of the country. The Etunupe appreciated the Vice President for the honor done Nupe land and conferred the title of Garkwanyama Nupe on Professor Yemi Osinbajo. Jones Ajayi, NTA News.
66 participants of the Executive Intelligence Management Course 14 of the National Institute for Security Studies are now battle-ready to tackle the security challenges in the country. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo and the First Lady Aisha Buhari were at the graduation ceremony of the participants of the 2021 EIMC 14 in Abuja. State House correspondent Aliyu Kabir reports.
Drawn from various security agencies and other MDAs, the 66 participants were conferred with the Fellow of the Security Institute of Nigeria. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo said their task is enormous, particularly with the current security situation of the country. He explained that the government upgraded the school to a state of national institute to enable it to contribute positively towards addressing the security challenges of the country. He emphasized the need for international agency collaboration and the use of modern technology and strategies for the accomplishment of the task ahead.
Indeed, given the resource constraints that we face, we cannot afford to wait for the threats to become manifest dangers before we react. Our intelligence service must be proactive rather than reactive, ahead of the curve rather than behind it. Threats must be identified and addressed well before they evolve into manifest perils. It's a very heavy burden indeed, but the truth is that the intelligence community, by the very nature of its mandate, is charged with being several steps ahead of the rest of us. This requires a high capacity for imagination.
The First Lady of Nigeria, Aisha Buhari, commended the management of the Institute for equipping the participants with the relevant knowledge and skills and urged the graduating students to put it into practice, the knowledge acquired for the betterment of the society. She also recognized the remarkable resilience of the female participants.
I commend the efforts of Nigeria Institute for Security Studies and would like to once again encourage them to promote culture of gender parity and ensure equal opportunities for both men and women in terms of admission and other activities in line with the United Nations Security Council 1325.
We have to be at the cutting edge of all the knowledge, all the information, and all the technology that is required to address security threats in the 21st century.
Our graduation is apt, especially at this time of security threats, especially in the northeast of the country.
And I pray God that they get out there and be the change agents that they have been trained to be.
The 10-month 2021 Executive Intelligence Management Course 14 also attracted participants from other African countries. I am Aliyu Kabir, NTA News.
Still staying with security, a summit organized by the presidential think tank on defense and security aimed at harnessing stakeholders in infrastructure development is to be held at the first quarter of 2022. Secretary Planning Committee Mr. Chiako Alfred, who stated this in Abuja at a news briefing, said the summit earlier scheduled for this year was shifted to accommodate more stakeholders. Mr. Alfred spoke on areas the summit would focus, which would have impact on the socio-economic development of the nation.
This summit is a high priority project that aims to engender diverse stakeholder synergy for real-time management solutions, and systemized rapid response strategy to harness expert and operational knowledge and countrywide technical support to enhance threat mitigation and desired security outcomes.
To build multi-stakeholders' confidence and synergy to attract foreign investors to boost the economy. The Directorate of Defense Health Maintenance has cautioned military health care providers against treating illegal enrollees under the National Health Insurance Scheme. The Director of Military Health Maintenance at the Defense Headquarters, Rear Admiral Bayo Afolayan, issued the warning in Abuja during a stakeholders meeting with military secondary health care providers to strengthen the health system in the armed forces.
Where the system is abused and ineligible persons are registered, the result is in failure of the system, as these illegal entries who are not capitated don't contribute anything to the system they are benefiting from. Consequently, access care on the scheme.
I would like to see things that will up the game as far as statistics taking is important. And if we continue to do this, then we are sure to be on the path of ensuring that we deliver credible health services to not only the people that have helped to keep Nigeria one, but that are still helping now to keep Nigeria one.
The forum is aimed at improving healthcare service delivery to serving and retired members of the armed forces and their families. The Nigerian Army is to assess its performance for the year 2021. Army spokesman Brigadier General Onwachukwu at a press briefing in Abuja noted that this will be the focus of the Chief of Army Staff annual conference coming up from the 6th to 11th of December 2021 at the Army Defense Headquarters Mess at Sokoro, Abuja, to ensure optimal performance by the personnel in 2022. Field commanders of Nigerian Army operations, both within and outside the country, will give briefs on their operational activities, successes, and future projections.
The Staff Annual Conference is a forum for appraising Nigerian Army's performance within a period of 1 year. This year's conference will afford the Chief of Army Staff and all participants an opportunity to evaluate training, operational activities, as well as logistics and administrative matters for the year 2021. It is also aimed at making projections for subsequent years with a view to reposition the Nigerian Army for optimal performance in the discharge of its constitutional roles.
Strategic papers will also be presented by resource persons and heads of different directorates at the Army headquarters. You're watching Panorama, reaching you live from Abuja. Let's take a breather. More reports ahead. Do stay with us.
The vaccine offers hope for a safe country free of coronavirus. I urge all state governments, traditional and religious leaders to take the lead in the mobilization effort within their environment and spheres of influence. I similarly urge all eligible Nigerians to present themselves and be vaccinated in accordance with the order of priority already mapped out at the various authorized designated centers only.
You're still watching Panorama. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control has announced 54 new cases of COVID-19 in some states of the Federation. The states are Lagos with 25 new cases, Oyo 11, FCT 6, Kwara and Rivers states recorded 3 cases each, 2 each from Bauchi and Delta states, while Kano and Ogun states have 1 case each. Nigeria now has 214,567 confirmed cases of COVID-19, out of which 207,427 were treated and discharged, while 2,980 died of the virus. The Nigerian Air Force Wives Association is supporting women in host communities on entrepreneurship development for economic growth. Abdurrahman Usman Jibrila reports that 50 women have just been empowered.
These 50 beneficiaries were those opportuned to undergo 12 weeks self-development training on event decoration, wig making, catering, soap making, and air conditioning unit installation.
You haven't only touched my life, you have also touched my family's life also. And I'm very sure, in fact, my children are always excited when they get to see that mommy can make pastries in the house and we can also sell some also.
The starter packs are expected to meet their needs in emerging economies to cushion the effect of COVID-19 for social protection.
We appreciate you for making our time out of your time schedule to be here this morning to celebrate with us.
I believe that by supporting women and youths towards achieving their dreams, you will also be contributing your quota towards nation building, thus implicitly keying into the efforts of the federal government under President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, to lift millions of Nigerians out of poverty.
The efforts are expected to be replicated across the country, especially in host communities where such needs have been identified. In Abuja, Abraham Jibrila, NTA News.
Students of some selected tertiary institutions within the FCT have been equipped with the requisite knowledge on the use of online application to report cases of sexual harassment in schools. Kenneth Nanim reports that the initiative is the brainchild of the Civil Society Legislative Advocacy Center, CISLAC.
Never silence the voice. Use it to speak for yourself and others. This slogan, coined by CISLAC, is aimed at encouraging students to speak out against sexual harassment, rape, and exploitation for grades or other opportunities in tertiary institutions.
It's a very prevalent issue, but a lot of people are not aware that it's actually a form of corruption, that should really be guarded against.
To encourage students to report sexual harassment incidents, they are being introduced to www.sextortion.com.tmb.org, which will also assist victims of sexual exploitation seek counseling.
This is in line with one of Nigeria's commitment under the Open Governance Partnership, OGP, to support victims and witnesses of corrupt practices.
And as a lady, I'm taking back some of the signs to know when a lecturer or somebody else in a higher position wants to exploit you sexually.
So it's a problem that needs to be solved, and I mean with the innovation, particularly of the app that was introduced.
They can also, compress it to see how those who don't have a good 100 phone can also be contributing in terms of report.
The forum is also advocating the passage of Sexual Harassment in Tertiary Institutions Bill to ensure compliance as well as enforcement of already existing laws to achieve the desired result. Kenneth Nanim, NTA News.
A United Nations partner organization, Clean Up Nigeria 2021 Cleanliness Performance Index rating indicates that only 4 states, Akwa Ibom, Ebonyi, Kaduna and Bauchi, can be considered clean in the country. Onenge Fineface reports.
Akwa Ibom State, the Cleanliness Performance Index rating shows is the cleanest in Nigeria, while Kogi, Osun and Borno states are least. Abuja, Uyo and Abakaliki are among the cleanest cities. Using physical verification and satellite imagery, Clean Up Nigeria applied key indicators like streets cleanliness, vegetation and drain control, waste management, public opinion, as well as the knowledge, attitude and practice of the people to gather data.
We want to encourage all stakeholders to engage in peer review mechanism by making out time to visit both winning states and cities and the backup states to who they can gain insights and benefits on what the other states have done in order to improve their ratings.
The report recommends tackling open defecation, reintroduction of monthly sanitation exercises and enforcement of relevant environmental, health and sanitation laws to make Nigerian cities and communities clean and safe for all. Onengie Fineface, NTA News.
The National Orientation Agency says it will continue to reawaken the consciousness of Nigerians to critically interrogate every information at their disposal before disseminating such to the general public as a way of containing spread of fake news, hate speech and other misguided information. Kenneth Nanim reports.
Capacity building for 37,000 fact checkers across the nation is part of strategic 5-year work plan of the National Orientation Agency, and this is the third in the series, with participants drawn from different fields.
Is a clear demonstration of our commitment to raise citizens' alertness on the need to verify information before acting on such information.
Here they will be properly groomed on the techniques and skills of verifying fake news, hate speech and other forms of misinformation, of which the impact is detrimental to the unity of the country.
It is in recognition of this responsibility that we included the task of training 1,000 fact checkers in each state of the Federation, including the Federal Capital Territory.
As the 2023 electioneering campaign draws near, the workshop identified the tendencies of having a surge of misinformation and unguided utterances, and these, they say, must be contained.
Outright misinformation is fabricated to serve a purpose. The intention is to ensure that we do not come together as a people. The strength of this country lies in our unity.
If we take time to verify, it will go a long way in this country in helping us fight insecurity in so many ways.
Again, the view that information gatekeeping process is a task for all was also underscored. Kenneth Nanim, NTA News.
And for some sporting stories, let's join Cynthia Ogun.
More than 400 young gymnasts are competing for the top prizes in the 11th League Championship, which kicked off at the Package B section of the Moshood Abiola National Stadium on Saturday in Abuja. Organizers and parents who hailed the versatility of the participants believe they have the potentials of becoming future champions of the sport. Meanwhile, Kano State Para Soccer team emerged winners of the first edition of the International Disabled Day Para Soccer Championship after defeating rivals Katsina State 3-2 on penalties in Abuja. The tournament is part of activities to mark the Disabled Day.
Our main objective is to continue organizing competitions so that the athlete will keep fit, so that we can promote this indigenous sports para soccer.
We encourage participation of persons with disabilities in sports. Additionally, para soccer is an invention in Nigeria.
And in the English Premier League, Leeds United will be looking to make its back-to-back Premier League wins for the first time this season when they welcome Brentford to Elland Road on Saturday afternoon. Manchester United's interim manager, Ralph Rangnick, will take charge of his first game on Sunday as the Reds entertain Crystal Palace at the Theatre of Dreams, while Antonio Conte will be aiming for his third win in the Premier League as Tottenham manager when they lock horns with Norwich City, and Aston Villa host Leicester City at Villa Park. Knowing the importance of body fitness, alumni of University of Maiduguri gathered at Maitama to observe a walk and jog exercise. This exercise is part of activities by the University of Maiduguri Alumni Association, FCT chapter, to give back to the university and encourage routine exercises, especially among adults.
Yeah, I'm impressed this morning. The number of people that will come at 6:30 a.m. There's no age difference. We find people with 70 years and we have people with 21 years. So I think it's encouraging.
It's an opportunity for us to come together in a very informal way so that we can interact, have fun.
The 4-kilometer walk started from Maitama Amusement Park to Federal Secretariat. Cynthia Ogun, NTA News.
In Sports Update ends Panorama today. Thank you so much for your time. Don't forget our deal at the NTA. Take action against rape and rapists. Good afternoon.
Welcome to the world's first football scouting reality show, Football Dreams.
we kicked off an extensive scouting selection for football talents in 2019. And together with our African Football Network, we've evaluated over 3,000 players from 13 countries. They all share the same dream, that one day they will become a professional football player. Only 28 players made it to fight for a contract with a professional European team in the grand finale of Football Dreams 2021 in Benin. Our main host and former professional footballer, England national player, and FA Cup winner John Fashanu will guide us through the show and push the players through extremely hard and challenging tests. Halfway to the final, 14 of the 28 players will be eliminated, but only one player will win the professional contract.
Welcome to Abuja, the place that unites Nigeria.
For any cake or confectionery product to be acceptable by consumer, quality is key. A lot of bakers in Nigeria enjoy loyalty and recommendations from clients just because they are known for tasty and fluffy cakes. If you really desire greater height in your cake making business, pay proper attention to quality. This is Baker's World on NTA, your one-stop Baker's show on television. My name is Funke Oyele. Thanks for joining us on the program. We have a rich lineup for you today on Baker's World. We will be showing you how to make a yummy and refreshing cake with a bold flavor. Our guest baker is a retired superintendent of customs who started baking as a hobby. We will let you into our world in our interview session. On Baker's Gist, we have a motivational talk by a life coach and some business management tips. You just relax and enjoy all we have for you on the show. Coconut is a fruit that has gradually become a versatile confectionery commodity. Many people love it either for its nutritional benefit or its